before I introduce Doug, I'm actually going to ask John Durham to come to the stage really quickly. John, as you all well know, is the CEO managing partner of Catalyst SF and a recent Industry Achievement Award at AdTech San Francisco.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
The chance to talk about our opening speaker today is one that I think is very thrilling. How many times have you been in a situation where you've talked to a lot of people and you say, oh, what kind of person is this? And you say, go to the dictionary, and their picture will show up. So if you could please just go to my first slide. A lot of times I think several of us had a few drinks, and I can see my friend Matt back there, and you say blah, 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 and look up the dictionary, and their picture will be there. Today's speaker is a man who brings many words, many thoughts, many deeds to our business. The first way, when I think about, I was looking at dictionary.com and I was trying to figure out what is the way to describe Doug Weaver. And the first word that comes to mind is smart. For many of us who know him, you look up the word smart in the dictionary and Doug's picture is going to be prominent. One of the smartest, truly inspirational people in the business. The second word that comes to mind for me is one that I think is absolutely critical because you never know how graceful people are until you see them under pressure. A story that I very seldom have had the chance to tell, but I recently, before Catalyst, ran a company and had been there 2 months, brought everybody to New Orleans for Doug to come in, brought all our HR people, our operations people, sales people, and gave it over to Doug for 2 days and said, inspire, teach, share, and learn. They walked out totally changed. He kept his grace, he kept his basically composure, and the next word, he also gave us tremendous resources. Because in those 2 days, in early January of 2006, he got us motivated. February, I brought my management team for him to spend a half day at LAX, and then literally 2 months later sold the company. So I actually give you a lot of credit for inspiring people, teaching them the resources to be better, and a lot of them still apply that today. The other thing that I think is very powerful when I was thinking about Doug Weaver is the word visionary. Doug Weaver in 1994 was part of the team that sold the first banner. Think about that. This business literally, is about 16 years old, and a lot of us think about it. I think 2010 is a sweet 16, and this is such a great visionary year. And Doug, a person of unusually keen insight. The other word, now you start getting into sort of fun words of Doug Weaver, and they're a tad bit different. And the first word that comes to mind for me is feisty. I looked up in the dictionary, feisty, what it means is full of animation, energy, and courage. He didn't know that I'm going to be introducing him, so the last couple of days I've been stalking in preparation for what he's talking about, and he is so pumped up. He is actually probably going to take a lot of you to the edge and some things that you're not really sure you want to believe in, but you will walk out because he's feisty enough to challenge your intellect. And an intellect on a Tuesday morning in the middle of nowhere in Bastrop, Texas is a great way to start a day. The next word, the next picture is he is tenacious. I think those of you who have ever had the chance to be a part of his seminars and a part of his learning is that he will not only force you to think about ideas, he will force you to challenge and question your own assumptions about how to do business and actually be better as a person and be better in the community. But one thing I have learned about Doug, and this next word is very true, you will never find the word free associated with this man. Absolutely, it is one of the most expensive lessons. He is not cheap. Upstream is not a cheap hire. When you look up free in the dictionary, Doug Weaver's picture is not in the dictionary. But as I'm politely reminded of the MasterCard moment. Today's price is the currency of the next 50 minutes of this man's intelligence and insights. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very priceless. You can't put a price on what's getting ready to happen. Please join me. Words cannot convey my respect and admiration, and actually the pleasure of introducing our keynote day 2, Mr. Doug Weaver, founder and CEO of Upstream.